Namaste friends, welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly, and I am Shelly. This is Joyo, and today's practice is detox yoga. It's time to massage our internal organs from our liver to our gallbladder, our pancreas, the spleen, the stomach, the intestines, ovaries if you've got them, kidneys, and the bladder. It's time for us to detoxify and wring out our spine and detoxify and refreshen our blood and our system. So grab yourself a cozy couch blanket for the support of your joints to keep happy and healthy joints, and a pillow for your support, my friends. Unroll the mat, face the short edge of the mat towards me so it'll be easier for you to mirror me. It works the best. It's how I teach live, and it is wonderful. Unroll that mat, my friends, unpeel the edges, and together with this sweet little fluffer, let us do this. Kisses. To your detox class, join me in your favorite crisscross applesauce. Grab a little couch pillow if you have a meditation cushion, or even a really nice folded, pretty compacted blanket. Allow yourself to find that sukhasana that feels best for you. If you are a lotus lover, if you have that extreme external rotation in the hips, rock that out. And if you need to just sit in a good old-fashioned preschool, kindergarten, crisscross applesauce, that is okay. Knowing, my friends, that this is your practice, and I really want you to listen to your body. And yoga, the practice of yoga, and even the purpose of this is not to get these really deep, crazy stretches. We're cleansing and twisting and doing all these beautiful movements. So listen to your body and back off if it's saying, no way, find that edge. It's that space between too much and not enough. So as we root down, just allow yourself to feel connected here to the earth. You can gently soften the gaze, closing the eyes, or if you have a plant or a picture that you would like to gaze at, or even a grain of carpet or a grain of a floor that you can gaze upon. Allowing yourself to be supported here as we just gently lift up from the sit bones, finding length in that spine, just ever so gently tucking that navel towards the spine, lifting that heart light up, allowing those shoulder blades to just gently, not so forced, squeeze together as you open up the front body here, humbly tucking the chin. And you can just gently rest the hands on the top of the knees if you're feeling like a little frazzled, lots of woes and worries and fears. It can definitely help to ground those hands by pressing them into the top of the legs, or if you're feeling like you need a little bit more, you can also press into the belly or put one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly, whatever feels best for you. In this moment, bringing in a breath that lengthens into the upper chest and letting it dissipate. Bringing the awareness to the inhale. Filling up that heart space, expanding at the diaphragm, and letting that go. With the exhale, allowing yourself to deflate and allowing those ears to lift away from the shoulders, finding a little more of that light, allowing that light to turn on that inner light as we're here. You continue to flow with your breath as you can hear my words vibrating in your ears or reading them across the screen, and allowing yourself to let go of whatever was happening before this and whatever's happening after, as we can connect with our breath, our pranayama. Bringing that inhale into that heart, feeling that heart elevate above the belly, and exhaling it. Moving that that heart space, that diaphragmatic breath. Filling it up and letting it. This time, bringing an organic inhale into the belly and exhaling, lengthening for a detoxifying breath for the Puraka Pranayama. Bringing in an organic inhale into the belly and lengthening and pressing. Every time we breathe, my friends, we allow ourselves to disconnect from thoughts. We allow ourselves to take a step back from that inner critic, that voice inside of our head. Bringing that organic breath into the belly. Letting that go. This time, allowing your breath to be a little bit louder than it was before. Bringing that breath into that low belly organically. And letting that go. And from here, my friends, bringing palms, kissing palms to the heart center. If you haven't closed your eyes, just gently tucking in at the chin and pressing those thumbs into the sternum, into that heart center, to that anahata, and setting an intention for yourself today, an intention for your practice. And trusting, my friends, that the first thing that comes to you is the right thing. And if you're feeling yourself not connecting, allowing yourself to detoxify and clarify today, that could be a good intention, or letting go, shedding some emotions or feelings that you're feeling really stuck in, maybe some overwhelm or stress or anxiety, shedding some of that. And from this heart center, my friends, the choice is yours. You can choose to stay crisscross applesauce, or we're gonna try for a hip spiral if your hips will allow you. So just check it out. If it doesn't feel right, stay in that crisscross applesauce. For a hip spiral, gently just taking that right foot, just kind of rolling it out, and bringing both of those feet off to the right-hand side. So the left foot is gonna just lay here, and you're gonna just go into that little nook, the little arch of the foot, and rest, kind of like nestling your feet together. So I do have this pillow under my booty, and if you had that, you can just gently move it. And if you notice, I know for me, my booty on this right side pops up, so I'm gonna use support from my pillow to modify this. And if this isn't working, my friends, you can always gently just bring one foot forward if that feels okay for you, or you can take this seated twist in that crisscross applesauce. So if you're here, you're gonna inhale from the center, exhale, twisting from the core and twisting to the left-hand side. And if you are here, same thing. So take a breath into that core, twists originate at our spine, exhale, twisting and bringing that left hand behind you, and just gently bringing the right hand onto the upper knee. As we twist from this core, my friends, allowing us to breathe that breath into that heart center and letting that go, getting this beautiful twist here that's benefiting all three compartments of our spine and just different ratios. And knowing that twisting is such a benefit for us that I know in my culture and Western culture here in America, bathing and washing our hands is almost this unhealthy obsession. Like, it's pretty crazy. And we don't take time to cleanse out our bodies. We don't detoxify our bodies. So when we can twist, it's like we are wringing out, if you can imagine a towel, and just wringing out that spine. Inhaling from the center, hands, palms kissing palms to the heart center, diving up high and twisting to the opposite side. And just noticing that it's gonna feel a little bit different in one side versus the other. And you can gently find that edge, that space between too much and not enough, but between, you can look straight out towards where your heart is pointing, or if it feels good, you could just gently peek over to that rear corner of the mat here. Breathing in a detoxifying breath into that twisted body. Detoxifying, cleansing and clearing, and letting that go, my friends. Big breath here. Good job letting that go. Feeling that space in between the ribs as it is compressed in the right body and expanded in the left body. Inhaling back to center. So if you were here, or if you're in crisscross applesauce, or you were here, we're going to take this top leg, so the right leg, and cross that midsection. And knowing that every time we cross our midsection, we are increasing our brain cells. We are growing our brain cells. Oh, this feels so good in the booty, in the glute. So as you cross that midsection, really rooting this top foot down to the earth, and just being aware how that foot is, if it's trying to super jerk towards this wall, or if you can give it a little bit more of attention and just really root it into the earth. Mine doesn't feel super good aligned completely with the short edge of the mat, so I'm going to just give it a little space and tune into what feels good here. So my booty still popped up a little bit. I've got this support here, so that is to your discretion. Inhale, finding length from that spine as we twist with the exhale, allowing that hand to place behind you, left hand placed behind you. Option, you can hug the leg as you just tune into how your spine is and your posture. So lift those shoulders, gain confidence at the same time as you lift your heart light. You can hug here. You can also take a cactus hand and a wide open starfish hand. Big breath that radiates up through the palms of the hands, detoxifying and pushing that out. Feels so good, friends. I love these seated twists. They feel so good. This one is called Ardha Matsi Andrasana, which is a very good, very good. This is very good. Big breath in, my friends, and letting that go. And meeting me back at center. And if this felt super duper funky, you can actually take this leg and lengthen it onto the earth so it would look like here, and you can twist, or you can go here. So sorry I didn't offer that modification. Better late than never. So just tune in to how your body feels. So if it was feeling okay and you're twisted here, rock it out. If you needed to straighten that leg out, you can straighten that leg out. Inhale from the core. On the exhale, twisting, and leave this up to you. For me, it feels super duper good to hug that in, and I can really feel that in the back of my glutes and my hamstrings. I did this crazy lunging workout yesterday, and my butt is burning on fire. So it feels really good to slow down and practice some yoga and detoxify my body. So just noticing here. Noticing how it feels in the hips and the body. And just detoxifying that out. Allowing that breath to be that detoxifying force, that incredible healing force inside of your body as all of our internal organs are just being gently wrung out here. It's like this gentle excretion of fluid just kind of sends out into the body. Exhaling back at center, my friends. So wherever you were, so try it out, check it out. What feels good for you? We're gonna move this little pepperoni. Of course, he's all calm and we gotta move him. So if it felt good for you to do these seated twist, or doing the crisscross applesauce, tuning into your body, if that didn't feel good, you can always bring that one leg up or one leg long. It's kind of a, there's so many things that you can do. It's a variety. So pick and just tune into what feels good for you, my friends. Nestling that foot here and noticing that one side's gonna feel a little bit different. My body is like wanting to just jerk way over. So really coursing that core strength. Inhale, lifting up tall. Exhale, twisting to that left side. Trying your best to find that length in the spine if the body is trying to arch or hunch forward. And allowing yourself to here, just being the noticer. And just holding space here in this moment as we're twisted. And allowing yourself just to bring up any feelings that you've been feeling kind of stuck with. any pain, maybe some physical manifestations. I know, weirdly, when I was dropping the kids off at school today, I got out of the car and I've been getting these weird little like ping, ping, pings, like up near my heart center and in the rib cage, and I'm just holding space for that, not freaking out like, oh my gosh, what is happening to me? My body is malfunctioning. I'm just bringing awareness and compassion to, okay, this is what I am experiencing, and I'm being open to releasing whatever I'm feeling is stuck here in my heart center, which for me, the heart center is the space of love and the space of healing. So it's my space, my friends. Big breath in as you just be that space holder for yourself. Inhaling to the center. Exhale, twisting the opposite direction. And once you get into that space, into that edge, that space, maybe testing your center of gravity and closing those eyes. And just again, allowing those feelings to spiral it up. Like this, we're in this hip spiral. We're spiraling our hips. We're cleansing and detoxifying. And this also entails detoxifying our emotions. Because all of these emotions, they're here, right? They're here and they're serving us a purpose. And on an energetic level, it's up to us to release them. We don't have to hold on to them all the time. We don't have to hold the weight of the world on our shoulders, so to speak. Bringing that cleansing breath in and letting that go. Wonderful work, my friends. And meeting me back at center. So tuning into what feels best for you. So if that foot was up here, we're going to just gently cross that midsection. We're going to grow those brain cells. You can keep the pillow under the Bude if that feels good. You can keep this foot behind you for our Ardha Matsyendrasana, or pop that leg out. For me, it's feeling good to pop my leg out. So tune into what feels good for you. So as we're here, rooting that front foot into the earth, and for me now, I can move that pillow back, and I'm going to scooch my boot in back. And even activating the foot that's on the earth by imagining there's an invisible wall coming towards you. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, into your twist. And doing your best not to try to say, I've been twisting for so long. What the heck? And just allowing yourself to just show up here. And remembering that when we can breathe, we can detach from our thoughts. There's this beautiful book I've been reading called Luminous Life with Jacob Israel Lieberman. Incredible soul. P.S. I saw him in real life. Freaking amazing person. So this book, Luminous Life, there's this 1-minute meditation. And he talks about how, big breath here, and letting that go, how we can practice meditation, inhaling to center, twisting to the opposite side. And we can meditate. We meditate every day. I meditate every day. But what about, so we meditate for 30 minutes or 15 or whatever, but what about those other 16 hours a day? So if we can take time for a 1-minute breath awareness meditation, whenever we can notice it, even if you can set an alarm on your phone and just every hour, take 1 minute, just tune into your breath, detach from the thoughts, be mindful. The practice of yoga, the practice of life, my friends. Wonderful work, twisting out, wringing out all of those liver, gallbladder, pancreas, spleen, stomach, intestines, ovaries, if you have them, kidneys, and bladder. So many things. Inhaling, meeting me back at center, releasing that leg long and just paddling out the feet, rolling the shoulders, maybe giving yourself a little hand jive. Crossing that midsection. Remember, every time you cross your midsection, this is why twisting is so awesome. We are increasing our blood cells. Woohoo! Because all the pollutions of the environment are killing our brain cells, so we need it back. Crisscrossing those feet, or you can twist them around to the side and just walking forward here, meeting me in a tabletop position here, and just wagging out that tail for a moment, and just intuitively allow yourself to just feel connected here into the earth. You can grab for that blanket and just bring that blanket here under those knees to give us a little support. I'm gonna open mine up nice and just remove any wrinkles. Joy thinks this is his personal bed. Of course he does. And meeting me back in that tabletop position as you root a wide open starfish hand into that right hand, gently rolling the eyes of the elbows out, stacking those hips over the knees, tuning in to the feet. The feet can be up tall or released down in the earth, whatever feels best for you. Through the core, inhale, raising that left arm high up to the sky, wide open starfish hand. Exhale, threading through that needle, hovering above. Inhale to raise, exhale to thread. Inhale to raise, crossing that midsection, twisting out that spine. Inhale to raise, exhale to sink. Inhale to raise, exhale to detoxify. 2 more. And on the last one, I want you to exhaling it all the way through, allowing the arm to rest through, allowing the head to come down to the earth. Option to keep that wide open starfish hand into the earth, or option to just gently bring that hand around the back body, crossing the midsection from the back body and hinging and bending that arm and allowing the top of the hand to rest up near the hip or that sit bones. As we twist here, breathing in a big detoxifying breath into that side body. Exhaling it out. Practicing our 1-minute mindful meditation. And letting that go. 1 more mindful breath. Letting that go, my friend. And slowly bringing that hand back down to the earth if it wasn't already. Connecting to the earth. Activating it through that core. Bringing that navel back towards the core. Rolling the eyes at the elbow towards the short edge of the mat. Inhaling that hand up high to the sky. And really firmly rooting that left hand now down to the earth as your supporting factor. And bringing the eyes of the elbow out as we just tune into how that felt in the hips and the body. Inhale, raising up the opposite side, the right side body. Exhale to thread through that needle for this active variation. Inhaling it up. Exhale to sink. Inhale to rise. Exhale, letting that go. Tuning back into those emotions. And I notice when I'm moving more, the emotions aren't as crazy. It's when we slow down. They're kind of like flustering about. Not as much, right? Inhale to raise up. 2 more at your own pace. Letting that go. You got this. You are awesome. Letting that go, threading that needle through that hole, allowing that hand on top, that left hand to be rooted into the earth, or if you would like, you could inhale and gently bend, crossing that midsection, allowing the top of the hand to rest either on the sit bones or wrapping it around for a gentle bind in this twist. Bringing in a big breath of gratitude for yourself today. And sending the gratitude out. And in this pose, my friends, thinking of 3 things, people, or experiences that you are grateful for within. And sometimes it's as simple as I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for my bed. I'm grateful for my life. Breathing in that breath into that back body and letting that go. Wonderful work. Big breath in and letting that go. Gently unbinding that hand and placing it mindfully into the earth. Unthreading that needle by coming all the way back, hand up high to this tippity sky, and all the way back down into that tabletop position. From here, we're going to just gently move our blankie and our pillow out of the way. And rooting those hands into the earth, wide open starfish hand as you root through the pointer and the thumb, all the way to the pinky, and allowing yourself to come into a plank pose. So really opening up through that front body and that back body, and creating a little strength here in the forearms and the upper biceps, and being aware if that booty is too high up or too low down. Big breath here, pausing. Letting that go. Finding that inner strength through that core, really squeezing through the glutes, the hamstrings, and the booty. Exhale, diving those sit bones high up, high to the sky. Melting that heart all the way down towards the upper thighs here. Allowing those shoulder blades to kind of open up and slip into their little pockets. Just opening and expanding as you just gently pedal the feet. And maybe if you want to, you can cross the midsection by taking the left foot and crossing it and allowing that left foot to go all the way off of the mat to the right side of the mat. Just gently twisting at the hip for a moment. Big breath here. Letting that go. And bring that foot down to the earth. And you could just gently cross the right foot off of the side of the mat. Crossing the midsection again. Growing those beautiful brain cells, my friends. Rolling out the ankle if you need to, and gently bringing that foot back. And just walking the hands back to the feet. Yes, my friends, I said walk the hands back to your feet. You have got this here. Hanging forward here in this ragdoll. Allowing the weight to just equally divulge into the four corners of the feet, the two in the front, the two in the rear. Giving yourself a generous bend to the knees if you need, or straightening them a little bit more if that feels good for you, but always keeping a soft bend. And with the hands, however this looks for you, so if you have tighter hamstrings like me, you can really bend those knees and walking those hands down to the earth and twisting as you allow the hip on the left side to drop out and it's compressed on the right side. Walking those hands, getting this wonderful forward folding twist. Just allowing that neck to maybe go a little limp if it was going a little strong. Removing any wrinkles from that neck. Big breath in here. Letting that go. And gently walking those hands back to center and walking to the left hand side. Pushing that hip out, my friend. Squeezing out, detoxifying that body. You got this. Letting that go. Detoxifying is hard work, but it feels so good. It's so worth it. We must take time for self-care to be healthier versions of ourselves. Big breath here. Letting that go. Walking back to center and slowly and mindfully meeting me as you release each vertebrae up. Meeting me here in your Tadasana as you connect your feet to the earth by just gently lifting up all the toes and just pressing gently from pinky to ring finger mindfully all the way pressing into the earth. In yoga we have 4 points of the feet, so that's 2 in the front pad, 2 in the heel. I remember I heard that and I was like, what does that mean? That's what that means. Aha! We're doing vinyasa, which means to place in a certain way. We're mindfully, intentionally moving our bodies. So as you meet me here in your peaceful mountain, I like to call it, I'm here really close to the Rocky Mountains in lovely Colorado, in Loveland. I live in Loveland. It's the land of love. It's super cute town. And allowing yourself to soften the gaze if you can. Find a drishti, a still visual point. You can allow the hands to just rest, palms facing up. And tuning back into your intention for yourself, your intention for your practice. That will hopefully subconsciously travel with you throughout your day. Maybe that little positive voice inside of your head will say, remember your intention you set for yourself today? Oh yeah, that's what I intend for me today. Setting a powerful intention. Or if it was to just detoxify, to let go, to cleanse, maybe it's a few things. No, that's okay. Wonderful work, my friends, from here. Big breath in as we pause for a peaceful moment. Just connecting with ourselves, letting go. Taking this time for self-care is essential. Essential, my friends, to being our best, and connecting here with our highest self. Big breath in. And letting that go. Good job, my friends. And no, you are not deceived. I did put a stool. So for this next pose, If you have never tried the revolved triangle before, then I would grab a chair for a little support. This is one of those poses that can be a little funky, but it's also awesome and it's a really good detoxifier. So we're gonna just grab that chair or that stool. We're gonna put it to our right hand side, so just gonna be there. This might be borderline a little bit tall, but we're gonna work with it today because it's what I got. So from here, just stepping that left foot forward. So as we step that left foot forward, my friends, we're gonna just root that left foot into the earth and setting up like we're on a set of skis versus a tightrope, right? Because if we're on a tightrope, we're gonna fall off our tightrope. So we're gonna step on our set of skis, that front foot forward, really rooting through those four corners of the feet. You got this, push them in. That hind foot, the toe is going to face the corner of the mat. So you're giving yourself this lovely little 45-degree angle. I'm kind of trying to test this out. So I'm gonna move my chair to where I think I need it. So kind of just tune into, you can lean forward a little bit if that feels good. Lean into that knee, exhaling. So we're coming in for this beautiful Parivrtta Trikonasana, this revolved triangle, my friends. So really rooting those feet here into the earth, always giving a soft bend to the knees in yoga so we can, in life, a gentle bend to the knees so we can just be kind and gentle with ourselves. So from here, exhaling those arms long and strong from the hips, tipping towards the left-hand side and just gently bringing the shoulder down towards the body. And you can rest that hand down on the earth, or you can even grab that hand and rest that hand on that chair. So a revolved triangle, my friends, can be a little tricky with the mind. Shut the mind down, take that breath, 1 minute meditation, exhale, crossing that midsection. And you can, if you want to try, you can come up high, down low, or you can exhale. And the idea is to go shoulders stacked over shoulders. But what happens here is the hips get super funky and they try to do weird things, as I've noticed. So if I was in a class with you, I would probably come up behind your hips and I would just do a gentle adjustment of your hips. So just tune into your hips and feel how they're feeling. And so just, you can gently adjust your own hips. You can bring that hand on the chair. And it feels a little weird at first. If you've never done this pose, I remember the first time I started practicing this, I'm like, what am I doing right now? And we're just revolving our triangle. So you can see we still have all these lovely triangles like we do in Trikonasana. And we're revolving our triangle. We're making our body do funky monkey, different things because it's healthy for us. We're just gently twisting out that spine. Big breath into that body. Resist the urge to resist. Give yourself a smile because we don't need to be so serious and hard on ourselves. And if you feel weird, it's okay, I feel weird. Some yoga poses are so uncomfortable and weird, and it's okay. It's just part of the journey. And just gently, so leading with the back of the heart and just gently uncrossing that midsection, arms long. Ha ta ta ta, we did it. So yeah, it's a little weird, it's a little different, and that's okay. So my friends, we're just gently going to just step that front foot back, and we're going to feel what it feels like in that body. Like, whoa, that was different. That felt good. I'm detoxified. How are you feeling? We're going to gently, using our legs, lifting from the booty, move that chair over if you had that, or a stool. And we're going to reverse this, my friend. So bring that left foot facing forward. Really rooting those four corners of the feet in the front and four in the back. Setting up, you know the drill. Letting these hind feet, the right toes, facing the corner of the mat. And you can, if you want to, just root. You can just press into that front leg. Ooh, that feels so good. Exhaling, the goal is to have these more straighter legs so we can create these beautiful triangles. And with the hips, my friends, so cueing those hips. Okay, hips, we're turning around. So I don't know if I gave you that hip in the first one, but I am now, right? Better late than never. I'm just a person, right? You too. Bringing those hips forward. So just feeling that rotation in the hips, bringing those hips forward, arms horizontally long and strong. So you can, if you want to, it's almost like you can do this warrior two with straighter legs. The feet are a little bit funky. And then you're just bringing those hips. For me, it helps me if I'm like putting my hands on my hips, try that. Be real with yourself. Like, oh, I need a little direction, because remember, those hips are what like to get wonky in this. So we're going to exhale that right shoulder, and we're going to draw that right shoulder to cross that midsection. As we cross that midsection, we can grab and just reach for that chair. And knowing that the shoulders are going to want to drop, so opening the shoulders, lifting that chin up high, humbly tucking the chin. If you want to, you can also bend the elbow in that side body, or you can lift it up, my friends. I'm going to give you a full-on look-see, so you can kind of see what we're doing. Wait, nope, yep. So, whoosh, whoosh. This is my reverse triangle. So, I'm feeling a little off, but that's okay. So reversing that triangle, big breath in, and letting that go. Doing your best to work past the resistance. You can always grab onto that chair. And trying something new isn't always easy. It's downright hard most of the time. But it's just that inner voice, taking time for that 1 minute meditation. Using that breath, letting that go. Big breath in, letting that go, and just gently bring that shoulder, uncrossing that midsection up, letting those arms to come long and strong. Woo! That one is a little funky, but we're doing it, right? We're just gently gonna step those feet forward, and meet at the top of the mat. Maybe wiggle out those legs, bend the knees. If that feels good, it feels good to me. From here, my friends, just gently diving those hands forward. As you dive forward, and just gently kind of coming down for a little yogi squat, a little primal gorilla, if that feels good. Just coming for this kind of Eastern squat, this squatty squat, if it feels good. If you want to rock out a little bit of a yogi squat for a moment, you can get your yogi squat on, but you don't have to. Do what feels good for you, and just gently bring one hand behind you, other hand behind you, and sound effects are always welcome. Whoop, booty on to the earth. And from here, my friends, you can always grab that blanket for support of the spine, because we're gonna work down on our back body, and that just gives a little more protection, especially if you have hard floors. So we're gonna do that. And from the core, coursing that core strength, and slowly releasing back, so you're not sitting on your puppy, and releasing all the way back down to the earth here. I'm gonna turn sideways, because I feel like I'm so far from you. And releasing back onto that mat, my friends. And just settling for a moment and just feeling that energy within you and how you're feeling. Maybe putting hands on the belly for a moment. Just tuning back into that intention. Just feeling this circulatory system, maybe allowing yourself to feel, if you can feel a little pulse, a beat, the beat of your heart, if you can feel it maybe in your chest. I can always feel it in my hands. It's like that energetic pulse, especially when I practice yoga or give a Reiki session. From here, inhaling those knees up to the chest, giving yourself a little hug, a little apanasana. Exhaling the arms. I'm going to grab my pillow, grab your pillow. We have a puppy who's trying to sit on our pillow. Exhaling those arms, they can be long if that feels good, or cactus if that feels good. And we're going to just go for a little active twist right now. So just slowly tick-tock, center, side. Inhale to center, exhale, twist to the side. I know sometimes when I go for the full laying twist, sometimes my back feels a little funky, and if I ease into it with a little active twist, warming up that back body, it feels better for me. So if it doesn't feel better for you, you can just allow yourself to go into your twist right away. Or if you've had funky things while you do a twist, know that this can help. It kind of warms up. Our spine's pretty warm though now. So allowing yourself to just gently exhale the legs to one side, and you can bring that pillow to allow those knees to rest onto the pillow. That feels really good for me. Or you can allow them to come down onto the earth. If you do bring your knees down to the earth and your shoulder on the opposite side is popping up, I strongly encourage a blanket or a pillow under that knee so we can get just some really nice balance in our body. And as we twist, you can gaze to the same side, you can gaze up, or you can gaze to the opposite side. Bring in a big breath into that twisted body. And here in this twist, allowing yourself to acknowledge the twisted thoughts that you have about yourself. Those twisted perceptions of who you think you are, all the mean things, maybe the feelings of, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not successful enough, whatever it is, just acknowledge those. And you could say, you know what, I choose again. I choose not to take those thoughts on as who I am. Because the real you, my beautiful friend, is this pure, unconditionally loving light who is always successful in everything you strive to be. Big breath here. And letting that go from that core, just gently bringing those knees back to center. If you want, you can give yourself a little huggy bug and you can tuck up if that feels good, or you can stay down. And if you notice the shoulder popping up on one side, it might do it on the other side and it might not. So just maybe set yourself up for success by going to that side. So from the core, twisting to the opposite side, arms can go long, or cactus at the side. Big breath here, my friends. And letting that go, acknowledging those twisted thoughts and perceptions about yourself. And knowing that those are not you. Knowing that we can always choose again. We can always choose a new belief. We can choose a new thought about ourselves. And knowing that it takes a new thought to form into a belief 200 to 300 times. So knowing that it's possible to get rid of the unworth and the feelings of not being good enough, it just is going to take time. And allowing yourself to show up and do practices like this, and acknowledging when you hear that inner voice being a fart face to you, and just saying, you know what, I choose not to listen to you. I choose again. You always can choose again. Big breath here. And letting that go. Inhaling those knees up to the chest. And exhaling and allowing your legs to lay long. Arms at the sides. I'm going to meet you back here. Meeting in that Shavasana. I have a puppy as a pillow right now. I don't want to squish his little self. Here, go, Joy, lay down. And allowing those arms to just rest open. Hands to rest open. And just scanning and allowing yourself to melt from the bottoms of the toes, releasing and letting go at the ankles, melting the calves and the knees, allowing the thighs and the hamstrings to get heavy, allowing the booty and the sit bones to just melt into the earth, allowing each vertebrae of the spine to just gently just melt and relax, scanning down the shoulders, the biceps and the triceps, allowing each finger, each phalange, each finger to just go limp. Scanning up to the neck and deepening at the neck, allowing the jaw to get heavy, letting the tongue soften, deepening of the cheekbones, softening behind the eye sockets, allowing that third eye, that intuitive center to be wide open, softening at the scalp, and just taking a full body scan, and just acknowledging how you're feeling, without trying to change it, and just holding space for yourself, just being wide open here, just wide open to detoxify and let go of all the things that no longer serve you, my friends. And if you have a few more minutes, which I hope you do, just lay here in your Shavasana, just surrender and let go. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm grateful for this practice, my friends. Namaste.